just things along that line that require you to communicate with your teammates.
Yeah, I've watched a few Japan scrims, and I feel like a lot of their calls are really quiet. Like in comparison to, maybe like teams I've played on, or even teams that I've seen,
Yeah.
a lot of their calls aren't really like, I wouldn't say hectic. I just feel like they have like a lot of moments of like just silence when normally you feel like they'd be like communicating what's
Right.
going on in the front and the back.
No, I've never listened to one, but it sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
How they.
So they're going on to race 3 of the war. We're going to be seeing that shortly, but
Oh,
TF.
here we
Okay,
are.
cool.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Fox here. We're watching Fox this time around. It looks like I think Norway's second, and maybe Japan's first. I can't quite tell.
So one thing to note about, was gonna say about TF and this Norwegian lineup is they're pretty good at it, but let's see.
So Norway has to be top 2 because like a Japan guy is back there, and so that means 4 players. We see 3 in front of, 1's behind. That means Norway's top 2.
Right, yeah.
So top 2, 6 for Norway here. Fox holding this mega.
Both baggers seem to just be chilling by the ramp, so Shock is a bit of a question mark at the moment. One seems to have fallen
so there's
off.
a blue. Blue's
All
gonna
right.
hit him right at the. Oh, it lagged. I think he got both. Yep, it got both.
Oh, it did,
of them.
yeah. So it looks like both. A bit of maybe of a communication error. Probably one of the Norwegian members tried going on the side.
Wow. Yeah. So Japan first now.
Yeah. Completely shifting. Bottom 3
this
for
is
Norway.
just-
This is
So let's see. Chain mega. Do they use it? They don't have it. They would have used it right there if
for
they
sure.
did.
Yeah.
This is. So yeah, neither bagger has it. It looks like red held out by Jan won't allow a Kane to pass him easily.
It's a bit. Yeah, I was gonna say it's honestly you're a bit scared if you're Norway right now. Kind of not much you can do at this point. The race is pretty much over.
This is looking like at least bottom 2, probably bottom 3.
Yeah.
Bottom 3, and it looks like what 4th?
Like
Maybe
at best.
5th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
A little bit of a commentator's curse. Earlier, I was gonna say something about the Norwegian team is that they're pretty good at TF, and as I say that, their race kind of just falls apart completely.
Oh yeah, they got blued, and not only blued, but it split. It hit
split,
2 of
yeah.
them.
One of the Norwegian members
Man.
probably wanted to play it safe for their guy in second.
So
go on the side.
I don't know if it was lag by looking at the map, but it looked like Kyle on the Shrimless barely clipped it, and maybe that caused some confusion between the two.
Right.
So yeah, 4th.
So something we didn't get to comment on earlier, this Japan lineup, Azmak, Jan, Yasuo, and Hiduke. And honestly, I'm not sure if that's what I would have expected from Japan. I feel like they have 1 or 2 other people who maybe I personally would have put over Yasuo. I'm not sure if, maybe he's like been improving. I don't really know too much about him, but I mean, it seems to be working for them so far. Roast bagging, which is actually hasn't been seen too often in these past wars, but it's nice to see. Roast has been improving a lot as a bagger. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm not quite familiar with any of the people on Team Japan, so I'm not sure about who they should play, but I'm sure they have a reason. I mean, this is the most important match they played so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if they, wanted this lineup going into it.
Yeah, for sure. Top 3 getting a BCW pick, probably one of the most favorable tracks to pick in top 3.
Yeah,
just because
this is the bread and butter.
Yeah,
top 3 track, cookie cutter. you have to pick this on top 3, especially because they have a Daisy there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure if that guy knows how to do the Shrimless glitch, but I guess we'll figure it out in about 20 seconds. And if he can do it, then that's a free W for him.
So Japan.
This is a good play by Fox. I would do this too. It just makes it so he can maybe hit Japan. Oh, it looks like he went too wide.
Yeah,
and that is not what he wanted to do.
Lost a bit of control. Mega there is actually pretty good just because you keep your speed while drifting, so you can gain time on whoever's in front of you. But a bit of a bad line kind of ruined it for Fox, unfortunately. And looking at the
And
mini
Daisy
map,
may glitch.
yeah,
So,
Daisy is going to be taking
GG's,
glitch.
looks like Daisy's getting first this race, Japan. Let's see who, if anyone could do anything else. Oh no, there's a blue.
Yeah, blue
There's
coming
a blue
out.
instant bleed.
I was wondering whether or not he might have had shrooms to dodge it, but obviously that's not the case.
All right, he'll just do it next lap. No, actually, it looks like he got hit again. So if Norway is smart, they block it because they see the threat.
For sure.
And there's a bomb at him even. Okay, didn't hit, but
2-3-5.
yeah, still looking great here. If Norway can put something on glitch that keeps them in the race, otherwise it's going to be tough. Oh, yeah, I think he has triples. So unless it's a fib,
Let's see what happens.
he's going for it.
He's going for it, and is that successful? I think it
looks
is.
Looks like yes.
Yeah, so back and first. I think that's a top 2 right now for Japan.
Yeah, top 2 for Japan.
So unless they have a blue or maybe even shock, I'm not sure the bagging situation. It's looking really close between 9-10 right now. And like as we were saying earlier, something about BCW, when you are bagging, you do receive a bit of like a drought of items.
Yeah.
So there won't be another shock for probably another 10-15 seconds at best.
No, for sure. So neither of them made the strat, so no one has an item.
Question is, which one is respawning first? That is important for North. It's looking
they're like neck and neck, but I think it's Twingy.
Twingy might have hit a box in 10th. Blue coming out. This could be huge for Norway.
It might split. The guy in first spun. Well, let's see.
Oh?
It split.
Did it split? It split, yeah.
2 splits. 2 races.
That's denying glitch for Yasuo. 1-3.
And he was his teammate. Wow. So Norway first here.
Even with no shock, the race is just looking really nice for Norway right now. I wonder whether or not Twingy has it.
I literally knew the blue was going to split. The guy hit a banana peel, and they were on opposite sides.
Yeah,
that was just bound to happen. And they're like all behind them.
1-3-4, maybe even 5.
1-3-4-5.
Yeah.
1-3-4-5.
That's honestly not the race I expected at all. If anything, I expected that to happen with a shock or something, but
man,
that was effectively just 3 blues that race on Japan.
Yeah.
Considering it's split there. That's best case scenario, honestly, for Norway.
That just shouldn't happen. I don't know if he hit a banana or he hit the fire. Either case, that's not something you wanted to do there.
Yeah, I feel like they had to split paths at the bare minimum just because, Daisy was probably going for glitch.
So that's the thing. I think he was going for it anyway. Like, prior to them having knowledge of the blue coming,
right.
I think they were just there anyway.
Yeah.
So, it's not like they could have done much about it.
For sure.
If he didn't hit anything, though, it would have been fine.
Yeah, that definitely, slowed him down a bit, just enough for the blue to just
honestly,
get confused.
The guy in second, if he was great at map reading, he would have known that was happening. Because I was just looking at the map, and I knew that was going to happen in, 3 seconds.
You read that nicely. That was good. If you're Norway, that's definitely the race that you needed to kind of stay in it. It was looking pretty bad for them at one point, just because you had Daisy taking glitch.
Yeah, no,
it's just always it's just always a scary moment when you see Daisy approaching that right side.
Yeah,
your position flashes down, and then it just suddenly you're back down a spot again, and then Daisy's breakaway. But that didn't happen. Great race for Norway.
Yeah, I
was a bit interested in the bagging battle though, because it looked really close the entire time, and shock didn't even come out at the end, did it? I don't think I saw.
So that's the thing. I would say that Roast is favored for bagging here.
Yes,
Roast is definitely he's newer to bagging, but he's pretty good at it. From
good.
What I've heard,
he is pretty good.
And Twingy. I think ideally they usually play Genu here, but maybe he wasn't around or whatever. But in any case, it was close. So
yeah,
we'll see. TF obviously nothing happened. Bowser Castle, they were neck and neck. So.
Yep. So basically a tied game at this point. 2 points.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Was there a DC or did the GP just start?
So we missed 2 races. You remember? Then we got
TF
and Bowser Castle. So we played 4.
Okay, so cool.
Yeah, so this is right. Well, I'm assuming it's right. Assuming Eirik got the correct. Okay, Eirik says he did. He informed me that he has the correct race results.
Okay, yeah. So race 1. Yeah. Those picks for race 1 were kind of weird. To be honest, kind of unorthodox.
I wouldn't say RBC's unorthodox. I see this a lot for evens, for sure. I actually didn't see what odds we're picking, but in any case, we have RBC.
Japan looking nice right now. Got a first place for Jan.
He avoids that green swiftly. Let's see. Yeah, they're like all behind Fox here. And
Yeah,
that
this is
guy,
yeah.
that is not good.
I was gonna say it's definitely scary to be Fox in this pack, just because you got a lot of people,
Oh,
and he's off.
yeah.
Man,
He is kind of out of it. So this race, I like to say, I say this a lot, is after moving thwomps and then the 3 thwomp set, if you're not in top, you kind of just flat out lose unless you have a golden or something.
right?
It's just so hard to catch up after that point. It's quite literally like a first set track in a lot of cases.
Yeah, this track is often decided pretty early on, unless like crazy things happen with like items. But there's just not enough shortcuts to warrant like catch-ups.
Exactly. A lot of this track is just 90-degree turns, and because of that, you can't really shroom effectively.
Oh, and a stray bomb ends up just hitting
he got a self. But that's actually like okay because now they're 6-7 and they can't chain as well as they want.
I think I saw Japan still in that top 2 through the wall. Yeah, like a track like this, having top 2 is just really deadly, just because you can double back spam. This is probably one of the best tracks for double back spam. You can just back tight wide.
TC. And he's just not going to be able to pass that.
Yeah, not much you can do there.
And this is just not what they want to see.
So Kion is actually kind of...
Yeah, so he is actually...
Is that first? Wow, okay.
Yeah, he is actually first, I believe. No, no, that's not first. That's second because the bagger's running.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha,
so
gotcha.
it's second.
2-4 for Norway. Fox adamant on holding this mega.
Actually, that's no. Twingy's running 2. So yeah, he is second. Never mind.
Makes me think maybe a shock is in play. From like trying to run with the pack just to like avoid any potential of the other bagger starring it out of him. But not sure if that's the case. Twingy's sitting in the item boxes right now.
Kind of doing cut, trying to catch up. He's very close to him. Mega.
I don't think a shock will be coming.
So no Norway. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So let's see.
Pretty neutral spots right now in terms of both teams. 2-4-5.
Japan likely just wants to hold this if they have it. Yeah. So I think he does.
Doesn't look like anything will be changing here at the Ambulance for Connect. No POW coming in. Target POW maybe. I saw Norway member fall off on the shortcut. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the spots were there. I mean, they kind of got jumbled up at the end with the POW.
Japan just holding shock there. They really didn't need too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a bad race from them, all things considered. I think it was like 1-3-5. We'll see in a second.
I think definitely favoring Japan, if I had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that race, considering what I thought were the spots going into...
Oh, Kion. Wow.
Okay.
He managed to get first. So that's interesting because I'm pretty sure Azmac was first last ramp even.
Yeah. I did not expect Kion to get first. I saw that he took cut going into the items, but I guess he just wasn't able to... Or I guess Azmac just wasn't able to hold on to that first there.
Yeah. I'm just not sure.
Okay, 1-4-5 for Norway.
That makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a lot closer than it would have been. I honestly was considering calling that race a bit over once I saw the pack going into lap 2. I thought Japan had a much more comfortable lead.
So, yeah, Norway was just bottom 2 breakaway. That guy ended up bombing himself shortly after that. So maybe that gave him the help they needed, the boost that got him back into it. I don't know, because I personally thought that when I saw that originally, that was just actually a good thing for Japan, because now that they couldn't farm items as effectively.
Yeah, right.
But guess not.
DKS pick coming out with 1-4-5. What do you think about that, Hawk?
I'm a fan of this. Personally, I think it's pretty good for first. The only thing is you have to be wary of the single takers.
For sure. So, like we said earlier, it's really determined on whether or not you're able to make that double lap one.
The first double is key here, so we'll see if Kion can manage to be quick enough, or maybe someone else gets shroom up.
Alright, Fox going for that draft, gets it off.
And he does. So this is going to be top 2.
I would definitely favor Fox in this scenario to be in first.
I think Kion honestly needs to space away from him.
Yes.
I don't think both of them should go for it here, but we'll see what happens.
Fox is probably just going to be trying to drive as fast as possible here. Get to that double as soon as he can, just to make it, get a nice break. Let's see.
All right, Hills. Let's see. And all
nice, very nice, very nice.
And Kion actually made it behind him. So Yeah, they're chilling in top 2.
Ooh, dodges that Shy Guy nicely. I mean, this pack is already, you know, as you can see, double just kind of runs it.
Yeah, top 2, 4.
Norway top
Man.
3 of the top 4 spots right now. I mean, if they're able to just repeat what they're doing, it's just going to be a bit hard. But
Yeah,
we see Twingie struggling with the backward
I
strat.
really hope that they remember that there's going to be a banana if it's still there on the double, because I'm pretty sure Kion backed the banana last lap. So we'll see.
Something to note is that Roast did make the backward strat while Twingie is still struggling. So that might bode a bit negatively for Norway around the cannon. TF input that, and he does make it nice. Okay, so top 3 now.
Man.
I mean,
this is very hard for the people in the back. Like, there is very little chance that they manage to catch up. And it looks like Noctil is 5th. So, Japan doesn't have shock. They're really hurting.
yeah.
And, wow, he's not going to be able... Oh, so they do end up... And he can't pass it.
That's actually a really bad shroom there. It actually got him right as he was done spinning. So he wasn't able to slow down the passage. Jan
ended up pulling triple reds for Japan. Wow.
Pack suddenly really close.
This is actually unbelievable.
It's looking like Japan's race to take, I'm going to be honest.
Japan's about to get top 5. Let's see. So,
another double coming out for Fox.
Another...
Don't think he'll be able to do much with the star. Let's determine if he gets here. A golden. Maybe pass Yasuo at the end. Dodges the POW. 4th.
Oh.
Yasuo getting...
He started maybe.
He's gone.
Wow.
I mean, so that was definitely not how I expected Japan to get that good of a race. I mean, I kind of figured if Shock was going to come, it might have been for like around the...
So they dodged 3 of them with power items,
right.
and the guy got triple reds. That's like the best
case scenario. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. I was expecting, you know, I was half expecting a cannon shock, but that's definitely what they wanted to do.
You have to do that there. So and they still get 1, 4, 5, 6, which is a race win. That's pretty good. That's kind of what I saw, but I was just making sure that they didn't get first again.
Yeah,
still, I guess when given those circumstances, Norway faring pretty well there.
Yeah, Japan was looking like they were going to get like a round 2, 3, 4 at the end, but that POW, or whether it was the POW or Yasuo just failing last turn, he kind of just got sent to bottom spots pretty swiftly. Yeah, I mean, it's still a really close war, you know. Going on to race 8, I believe. Race 7. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so very close. Anyone's game, essentially.
Spots don't seem to be really too dominant in anyone's favor.
So there is, I believe, 1-4, which is actually, that's all right. I don't know if I go Maple here. Like it's okay. I don't know what the other options are because I don't remember the first 2 races. But in any case, it's going to be Japan Sherbet Land.
Yeah, haven't seen any too dominating races though in terms of just, you know, any team. It's sort of just been like pretty small wins.
Yeah. So
both teams
there was the first GP with TF and Bowser Castle, but those just negated each other. And ever since then, it's been pretty steady state.
Right.
Oh, what's he do? Nothing. Man, let's out. No.
That is a pretty big bomb, though. It
is. I would honestly put it on that guy.
Yeah, I think
mega.
He might have been anticipating a bit of lag, but I think if I were him, I would just back it immediately.
I would have too. Not immediately because my guy was close, but right after probably.
Yeah, right after boxes for sure.
Even after boxes.
All right.
So pack is already well defined, and it looks like Norway's bottom 3 here.
The bagging battle was a bit close. I think is that Roast I saw in last. I'm not too sure.
We'll figure out in about 5 seconds.
Yeah. All right.
So it's actually Twingie. He tried starring Roast, so.
Does that mean maybe
Roast fell off?
Looking like
fell off.
Okay, cool. So Norway probably holding most of the dodges.
Twingie just now fell off too, so it looks like Roast has power item, and he's just going to be able to use this next set or maybe on the straight to break away. Norway's still kind of bottom here.
Kane almost definitely holding a dodge. He hasn't been using any items to try to catch up, so
I really do believe he needs to try getting up around this time, but
yeah, it's coming to the point where a dodge might not be enough for him.
it's because Roast is pretty much winning.
Right.
Like, I don't know if he loses unless he pulls Bill here.
And Norway passing that TC off to Japan pretty nicely.
Wingy going forward. Not sure what that might signal.
If that's a shock for Norway, this race is looking really nice for Norway. They're 3 of the top 4 spots right now.
It's
First,
actually
with a bit of a
Roast
lead.
going forward. So yeah, it's Roast.
Okay.
So yeah, I think he whipped it up.
A nice bounce dodge. Is that going to do anything? His TC's looking a little scary. Can't pass it off. Keeping his third place. 1-3 still for Norway. 1-3-5.
Yeah.
Even I mean, if a shock is going to come for Japan, it has to come now. It doesn't really look like they have much more.
So they're actually shrimming ahead of Kion, or Barney, sorry, and Akane's just using his star to get up there. Looks like Barney was holding the blue.
That's a bottom 2 coming up for Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, these race wins, they haven't been too big. I mean, this race.
Yeah, so that's like 1-4 again for Norway.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta think if you're Japan, if you can't be settling for these race wins all the time just because it's gonna get to the point where you can't come back.
You're gonna have to get some big races to you know, define your own lead.
For sure, this lead slowly growing will be a bit too much for them to handle really soon.
Right.
Yeah, another 1-4-5-6. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like Japan is able to get all 4 of their members just anywhere near the front. It's always like a 2v2 or like a two in the front, 2 in the back.
There's always a breakaway situation. It seems like these past few races have always been like this.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Japan, it doesn't seem to be working in their favor too well.
So there, I would have assumed that would have been all right for them. I mean, they had shock, but I guess couldn't make much out of it.
It looked like early on in the race, Norway was most of the bottom spots, so they probably were like controlling more of the dodges. Yeah. It probably was just a bit hard for Japan to pull anything at that point.
Yeah, I think Akane kind of prevented them from using it there at the end because he was the sole guy in a dodge.
Yeah, shock there would just mean their 2-3 is just obliterated right there for Japan. So
right. I
mean, I don't know. What do you think? What are you thinking? How are both teams looking right now?
I mean, like we've said, it's quite divided when it comes to these races. So there's always a clear front and there's always a clear back.
Right.
You really want to see big races from Japan. There's kind of a lead that's forming now. There's like the lead right now is like a solid race. So
yeah. Ooh, looking at MT. So like you were mentioning earlier, I feel like this is a really bad scenario for Japan, being in 2-3.
Yeah.
Only just because if third does go into cut, it kind of leaves their guy in second pretty solo.
It does. So it looks like Fox
that's what
actually opted to hop in.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks like that was the case. You see Japan a lot of the bottom spots right now.
Well, yeah, so it's looking quite neutral right now.
Oh, yeah, okay. 3-4. Watch for that green.
Yeah.
3-4 for Japan right now.
Yeah. Norway just keeping this top 2. This is actually pretty good for them. They will keep this for Cannon. And we'll see if one of the baggers can manage to pull shock, because both of them are neck and neck right there right now.
Yeah, this is a track where, you know, being in the back is pretty dangerous, especially if you don't have shock, just because there's not much you can do with shrooms.
Yeah, there's very little opportunity here.
On top of that, you know, the leaf piles kind of just favor the front a lot.
Right.
You get first grabs at whatever shroom pops out. Blue coming out for on Norway.
Yeah, on Norway.
And maybe even a red combo from seeing that jam with trip reds.
Looks to be the case.
Opts to not?
So Fox is just going to golden past him. I think this is the right choice. Just because he wants to get away from him and perhaps not get redded here. So
yeah.
Looks like that won't happen.
Yeah, he's gonna be safe for a while. Probably get protection right here.
All right. Yeah. So 1-3. Norway's still leading this race.
It's really, I mean, it doesn't look like any of the baggers have shock. Both just sitting there at the boxes, so I don't think anything's going to happen around here at the cannon.
Right.
Especially one of them spinning, so yeah, we're going to be smooth sailing on the top for just a little longer.
Yeah. So Let's see. Neither bagger has shock.
Oh, we got Azmac
Oh,
coming.
this is,
Oh, nice.
This is great.
Little switch of POVs. Trip Red's coming out for Azmac. I mean, there's really not much he can do right now. It doesn't look like he has a clear shot on Fox, especially because Yasuo's just right next to him.
Yeah, so his goal here is to just hold these and prevent a Kane from passing. Okay,
And a bomb coming out. That's just really unfortunate.
It's what we like to call an arrogante moment.
And I mean, it's just looking like the same scenarios, like the same theme these past races. You got two Japan chilling in the back, and it's looking like a 3-4 at best. I mean, it's just... an 11-point deficit right now isn't the worst, but I mean, like I said, it's just going to keep building if they don't do anything soon.
Stacking.
Yeah. Doesn't look like anyone had shocked that race. It's just going to, you know, you kind of got to... I feel like Japan might be relying too much on maybe them getting shock.
Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like they're kind of just hoping they do.
Sure.
And when they don't, it's kind of just GG's at that point. You know, you really can't do much.
Is Norway, like, they had a clear break at the start, so they managed to tank a blue and still be all right.
Yeah.
Because they had so many bodies up there to just maintain front presence and put pressure on the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a pretty comfortable GP for them.
Yeah.
22-point lead. I mean, you know, I feel like Japan, like I said earlier, they're not too comfortable with. I feel like their shocks. Like I said, when I watched some of their scrims, it doesn't like seem like they do much with them. Aside from that DKS race, which actually ended up kind of being bad.
Yeah.
Like even when they do get shocks, it doesn't seem like they're doing as much as they probably should be to be winning these races.
I think so, and I also believe that a lot of the times it's seeming like many of these races there's just not a shock.
Yeah, that's
so maybe they're being indecisive. Maybe both baggers are just not pulling it. But in any case, it's favoring Norway because they're managing to keep this presence in the front.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw in Sherbetland, whether or not they had an opportunity to shock earlier, I'm not too sure. But like you said, their indecision kind of just forced them to hold it.
So yeah, Japan needs to do one of two things. They need to keep front presence higher, or they need to be more proactive with their shocks if they have them, and if not, then they need to perhaps get more lucky and pull them. So
yeah. I feel like a trap that some teams fall into a lot, especially when playing teams who are a lot more like experienced with shocks, is that they're really dead set on being like, okay, we're gonna shock at the end to like swoop in, get as many good spots as possible, and win the race. But when you wait that long, you don't give yourself too much opportunity to counter if the other team has dodges.
Exactly. So if you wait forever in the race, there's only so many opportunities that you have to actually use the shock.
Right.
And if someone uses an item, you literally cannot use it, or you can, and you just risk losing what otherwise would have been an optimal shock place.
Exactly. Right.
So you have to be more creative when it comes to these things, especially nowadays when, there's no secret that the best place to shock on like every track is just like known.
Yeah, exactly. So Moonview Highway coming in. Fox, I'd be a bit scared if I was Fox here. It's a bit hard to traverse between like some people who might have a bit of an edge on you. In terms of lag.
Man.
Yeah.
So he actually got his teammate with him.
I think that's a fair trade.
That is more than a fair trade, I think.
Yeah.
Because now look at his lead, which is great for that guy. He really wants to hope that no one has shrooms behind him in Norway, which is actually pretty likely.
I feel like that opening was a bit weird. He didn't really see anyone come up in terms of the Goldens and a bomb on two of
last
Norway.
work. Yeah, so this is not good for Norway.
And also what we did see was that Roast did lose Bill.
He lost Bill.
So Norway does have a bit of control in terms of the bagging battle. Whether or not that will come into play, we can see in a bit. Yeah, I mean, Norway just burning their dodges. Maybe Twingie just doesn't. Maybe he has Bill. Yeah,
he just lost Bill.
Or? Not sure, but yeah, regardless.
So now Roast is leading. Twingie's going fourth. Maybe he did the bait strat where he hit the side of the car.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't spin out for as long. Might see a shot coming in up here.
So, yeah, Roast is billing. Yep, shock. Twingie did the strat.
Yep. I mean, I'm a bit confused why Khan burned his star so early. They could have had a bit.
My guess is he like chained it right when he pulled it on the moving box.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Regardless, we got a top 2 for Norway right now. Gonna be a bit hard for Japan to counter this unless they get a blue. Maybe even might just not even be possible at this point. Oh, and as I say that, here comes the blue. Gonna at least take out Fox.
Fox on the boost panel.
Let's.
And all right.
Okay. I'm not.
Maybe third.
Pretty close at the end.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was, yeah, not sure if it would be possible if there wasn't a blue for Japan to respond there. But I mean, as we did see, there was a blue. Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say that race was just as even as any other race so far. It didn't look too too in favor of any team, and that's just looking like the theme.
Norway was just in a less favorable position at the start, but yeah, 1,
I guess
3, 4,
I spoke
5.
too soon.
No, so they did get bombed, but remember that was Kion and Fox, I believe.
Yeah.
And so obviously Fox dodged. He did get blued, but it was on the boost panel.
Yeah, I just assumed that because of that, more Japan would be in the front. I thought that maybe second. I figured Azamak did get second, but I just figured more of Japan would be like supporting spots.
Yeah, so that definitely hurts.
Yeah, I mean,
Japan was already in a deficit, and now, yeah, that is a huge race. 1, 3, 4, 5.
It's just getting to the point where it's getting pretty scary. I mean, I'd be pretty scared if I was Japan right now. It's
you are the clear loser in this situation.
Yeah.
You can win, but
yeah.
It's gonna be hard for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what more they can do. I feel like they know what they're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about execution at this point, and if they can't do so, the war's just not going to be in their favor.
Yeah,
it's just how it goes.
So let's see. We got DK Mountain in for
really good track for Norway.
Yeah,
a lot of the players on this team are like favor this track pretty heavily.
135 as well is so great here because the first set, like many tracks, is important, and being able to snag as much as these boxes as possible is key to keeping front here.
It's just gonna be really hard for Japan, I feel.
Yeah. And if they draft, then that's great. Oh, looks like
is Azak already in first?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're top 2. So Yasuo got a box, and I guess Azmak probably wheelie bumped first place.
He might have just. I mean, I feel like first does have a bit of a tough line.
They do, but I think you maintain first if you do it correctly.
Right.
But in this case, so it looks like Fox manages to outline Azmak.
If anyone on Team Japan would be in first, I think it'd be best that it is Yasuo, just because Daisy is a lot better. Well, for most of the turns, she's a lot better on this track, just because
I'd say if we're going off Wi-Fi lines, it's probably safer to be a Daisy. Well, not safer, it's just easier. It's easier to play at a higher level on
for
Daisy
sure.
here.
You can like dodge a lot of things a lot easier than a Funky Kong can.
Yeah, Funky is close. Like it's close, but it's just easier for Daisy. You have to play much at a higher level if you're playing Funky Kong here.
I feel like another thing to note is just being in first on Mountain is really good in terms of like your backspam, just because even if your backspam doesn't hit, you just have to take such an unorthodox line most of the time. But
so he manages to dodge blue, I believe.
Oh, that's right, he did shroom up in the beginning.
Yep, and red doesn't connect. So yeah, that makes sense. He must have pulled 3 shrooms. Ooh,
this was real bad for Fox there. I thought he might have been able to hop dodge it there, but unfortunately not. Top 2-4 for Japan at the moment.
Of course, using that shroom was not the right play from Fox. He definitely wanted to hop dodge it, but
one of the baggers does seem to be gone, so I think that might be a Norway shot coming
that's
in.
Norway.
Might not come here though. Probably dodging their bottom spots.
This guy. Guess not. Maybe they do it at set. In any case, they need to use it like soon because they have a pretty nice breakaway.
Yeah, this section isn't even too bad if you're small. It's actually, you can just drive it pretty nicely.
It's even, I mean, I'd really like to see this the Norway one. They did stop. Yeah, okay, so Norway does dodge and Bill and a star here. Bill going around cut, however. I don't know if he gets first. Let's see.
No, that Daisy manages to keep first.
That is not first, so...
Star shrooming. I mean...
That's bottom 3. That's bottom 3 Norway. Wow.
I mean...
It's close.
You kind of figure that's going to happen, like considering where they shock. They opted to not cannon shock, And stars are notoriously bad on this track. Like, I feel like if you're starring around that S turn,
Yeah.
you just have to slow down to the point
that's
where it
bad,
negates
and
it.
billing around the cut is bad.
It was just, yeah.
They needed to use it after cannon, or they needed to use it in cannon. One of the two, they had to do either.
Yeah.
Like, I think they feared dodging one of the guys, but if they had Bill or a Star at that time, or even Shrooms in the cannon, that would have been a good shock.
Yeah. You think maybe Barney should have, you know, if their plan was to get first, do you think he waits and Bill's overcut?
I don't think he gets first. No matter
I think either way it was just too much.
I don't think he gets first anyways.
Lead might have just been too much into the handle. I guess they were just banking on trying to get as many spots behind first.
Yeah.
But even then, you know, that didn't work in their favor.
He definitely doesn't get first. Whether or not it would have been better for the guy starring is a different question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it definitely could have been, right? Because they got bomb 3.
Yeah, they
so
just
he must have fell off.
they
right?
I feel like they gave Japan too much time to respond.
Yeah.
You're giving them 2 sets there, and as you saw, I don't know who it was, but one of the Japan members chained a Star into Shrooms.
They waited until cut, perhaps to maybe TS someone, but
yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Even if you TS someone, it's not that valuable if you're going very slow, like after the cut or before it.
Yep, definitely not the race you wanted if you're Norway there. Feels like Japan might. I mean, maybe they're starting a comeback. Who knows?
Yeah,
definitely a really good race for them though.
No, that keeps them in it. They needed that.
Yeah. So let's see what they end up picking next.
So we got Waluigi Stadium coming in.
And I feel like it's pretty good for Japan spots, I'd say. I mean, you can take control of most of the boxes right at the start.
Right.
So it's a bit hard to respond with like a cut unless you like lose some time going up for a box on that ramp, right?
So I feel like on Waluigi Stadium, yeah, you need to take all the boxes, but there's often times where the boxes just lag on other people's screen, which could be very beneficial for Norway.
All right, and let's see. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's not even Waluigi Stadium. It's Delfino Square. I completely trolled us.
Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. All right. So we got Delfino Square, 1-3 for Japan right now. Shrew in 4th for Fox. I mean, this is about as neutral as a position as you can get, right? It's like
it's whatever.
It's like most of the, I mean,
it's like we just started the race.
Yeah, literally, it's like lap 1.
Not entirely. I don't know what the guy in first has or what a cane has. Well, I guess okay. So both straight indicates Shroom.
Let's see.
Yeah. So it looks like both are going for the regular cut here.
All right. Nice fit from Asmak. Does not connect, unfortunately. 2-3 for and a TC for Fox. A red 2? No, not
there's no opportunity to pass this unless he gets to this guy, and it looks like he's not.
He's just unable to, yeah.
Yeah, he broke his ankles for sure, and so hands last. I'm not sure where the baggers are. Let's see. Okay, 1 is billing.
Okay, so let's see. Whichever bagger this is, most likely is going to be getting. Yeah.
So if he doesn't already have it, he probably will here. He gets 1 free box with bill and play.
Definitely an unfortunate track to not have shotgun. Let's see if they're able to make anything with it.
So I think, okay, so they're going for Doc. I guess they don't use it there.
Japan seems to be pretty good spots right now, right?
Yeah,
1-4 at least. Oh, the blue coming though. Oh, does it connect on a cane too?
But Fox keeping first.
2-3. Looking like a 2-4 for Japan, unfortunately. I mean,
yeah.
Considering Norway most likely had shock,
I don't know if they pulled it there. Let's see.
I feel like even if they did, they wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
Right, just because Fox was golding up.
If they wanted to use it, they had to use it before.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even look like they have it. Yeah, that was a roast shock.
Right. It feels like that race sort of just was in the hands of anything but shock. It was just kind of whatever items the runners pull.
Yeah.
The blue, fortunate for Japan, does end up connecting on a cane as well, and that is a 2-3-5-6. Oh, that's actually not at all what I thought the race was going to be. I thought there was going to be a bit more favoring for Norway, but nonetheless, a winning race for Japan, albeit by just a bit. But they are. What's this? 2 races left? A race left after this?
I
Yeah.
think there's
It's going into last race, I think,
one
right?
after this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they definitely needed to win that to be in it.
Yeah.
Reasonably, that is. I mean, they still need a big race going into this last one, but what are you thinking, Hawk? What do you pick if you're Japan here?
Okay, so they are 2-3-5-6.
All right, no, wait. So you drink this?
No, that's not mine.
That's yours.
That's literally not mine.
Okay.
Eirik getting us water. He did not update the races, but I believe if you won, Eirik, it was 2-3-5-6 for Japan.
Also, Wallaby saving again?
Nice. Cooper Cape last race.
2, 3, 5, 6, what?
What was the last spot? You remember? Yeah, I think he got 10. No.
2, 3, 5, 6.
No, I think he got 9. Remember, he went forward. And
Okay,
he was still back.
yeah.
I think he got 9.
2, 3, 5, 6, 9 for Japan. And I mean, I don't really have too much of a favoring side in this race. I mean, Cooper Cape is sort of just
It's
a track
very
where
neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes either way.
Race last race?
Yes, last race.
So Eirik is cheering for Japan. I'm going for Norway. This team has one of my boys.
7 yeah.
And Knuckle, so I'm just going for Norway.
17-point deficit for Japan. They're gonna need a big one here.
That night, I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna need something.
So we've got 1, 3, 4 for Japan. Maybe a star coming out for first. Doesn't look like it. No stars. Baggers just sitting in front of those boxes there.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
Draft. All right. So the top 2, so Norway really needs the shrooms here. Okay. Well, maybe they could do something with this. It's gonna be hard.
just can't get it off, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
Pretty big
not
for
good.
Japan there.
Yeah,
not
Japan,
taking a
that's
TC.
huge. And I'm pretty sure no one shroomed up from Norway.
Yeah, Norway kind of populating a lot of these bottom spots right now. Shock also, question mark. Doesn't look like anyone will be getting it or even going for it anytime soon.
This is actually looking good for Japan.
This
Very
is,
good.
yeah, this is looking really good for Japan.
So they need, Norway needs shock.
Yeah, they need
Essentially.
yeah.
This is entirely in Japan's favor. So, okay.
So it looks like Fox might have been maybe trying to star him past the boxes a bit. Maybe just trying to hit him in general.
No, that's not what Barney needs to do. Kane's he's 4th, so top 3 for Japan.
Yeah. And landing on a fib there, that's Bill and Star coming out. There's still just no shock. It doesn't look like anything's really going to be changing in terms of...
This is not good for them.
I mean, Khan moving up a bit. We see Asmak back here holding a Mega.
Knuckle just got redded. This is very bad.
Yeah, this is really scary for Norway.
So Kion really, he needs a shroom. If Kion gets shroom here, maybe they don't lose.
Maybe, right, but it's like...
It's hard.
It's really hard,
He has to go for the strat.
Has a shroom. Asmak using his
not
Mega.
going for the strat.
Making Mander. Kion does indeed have a shroom.
That's
maybe
it.
getting around the Mega.
No,
Japan,
I think
Japan just
won.
wins that.
I think
Japan just wins that war.
Japan just won the war, I think.
All right, come on.
I mean, like what? A top 2, 4, 6 at worst, right?
They
I
needed
feel
a
like
plus 19, right?
yeah, I think they would have
that's it.
needed 4 of the top 5.
I think that's it. Well,
I think that's it.
And I'm pretty sure there's like a really slim chance, but I
single
just don't
digits,
know.
but I think they won.
Yeah. Like maybe lag, maybe it was lagging a bit. I just don't know. I think that's it for Japan.
Top 2, 4, 5. That has to be it.
That has to be wraps for Norway, right? In such an unfortunate turn for Norway, this is the second time this has happened to them.
Man.
This is the second time Norway has been up going into last race, Koopa Cape, and they've lost by
Jesus.
single digits. The last time it was versus England to get first seed. and now it's game 1 of quarterfinals versus Japan.
So, you know what did it for him? It was that TC.
It was the TC, yeah. The TC sealed it.
Because otherwise, if there's no TC there, they just run in 3-4. Did you see the pack? It was the same. Akane was still up there.
Yeah.
He was the guy that was just running.
Yeah.
But he got registered.
I don't know. I feel like that track is just cursed for Norway. They just don't seem to have the response to it any time.
Did they pick that?
No,
No,
Japan
they didn't.
did.
They didn't pick it.
Japan
No.
picked it, and yeah, I mean, it worked out for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just
that's terrible.
exactly what Japan needed.
That's absolutely terrible,
Exactly
and
what
I'm
Japan
very
needed.
mad. And
oh man, I mean,
really though, good job with Japan
Yeah.
coming back. Like I wouldn't have expected that, but honestly, if there's a track that you could, that's not pure luck, that you could win on by a large amount,
it's Koopa Cape. Yeah, for sure,
it's Koopa
100%. Yeah,
So
especially like, the race was kind of as pure driving as it can be in terms of like there was. I don't think there was a blue.
I don't remember.
I don't remember seeing a blue.
But I don't think there was.
There was no blue, no shock. Like that was kind of just.
It was just.
Driving. It was just driving, and it worked out really well for Japan.
That was very good for them. So
Wow.
no shock. I mean, like, I'm trying to think if there was a shock, how much it would have mattered. Because I really believe that if they had it, they needed to use it sooner than later. Like almost. Like obviously, if they got the TC there, like they wouldn't have known that in advance. But
Right.
once that happened, they like needed to do something. And
They
nothing
had,
happened.
they had. I mean, their best bet is like into boxes, I guess, at the end, because there was like not a definite point before that where a shock would have done anything except like, make them rely on items. I feel like at that point, if they had shock, it was just gonna be into last set, which might have not even mattered anyways. Azmac did have a mega.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like that was just,
Even if they didn't have dodges, like doing the prey first, like ramp strat would have been okay.
That
Like,
would have been okay too.
If they got golden, they just needed like 1 or 2 guys. They already had a guy up there. They needed another guy up there, and they would have been perfectly fine.
What
just not
also,
lose.
what also made it really kind of just out of reach for Norway was Fox landing on that fib.
Yeah.
He had a golden, and his seat was looking at least pretty good to break top 3. But he landed on that fib. He used his golden early, and you just can't even take most of the cut there.
My guess is the fib was called. It's just once you're that far back,
You just forget.
Yeah, you don't really have.
You're not honing in on that information. Yeah. All right. So lastly, good job to Japan. We're gonna take a 2-minute break while we get some things sorted out, and we will be back shortly.
Bye. All right. So we're back. Match two. Japan coming back from a what seemed like a kind of hopeless situation.
Yeah, honestly, unexpected. I kind of thought it was a bit over, especially like looking just like I don't know. I feel like there were no really big races for either team for a really long time, so I figured a 19-point deficit was a bit too much for them.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, they pulled through. They managed to take that win.
Yeah. So they were down by like high teens. So coming back, pretty respectable. So very shortly we'll have this next match coming in. Looks like all the everyone's in the room. So
This is where pressure sets in for sure because Norway has to win 2 matches in a row versus a team who maybe they took a little lightly.
yeah.
Maybe Japan, like as we said earlier, just has a history of not performing as well in a 5v5 call setting. So they kind of have to pull out all the stops now. Norway has to do everything in their power to not lose.
Yeah.
It's now or never, honestly.
So, if I were them, I would have the confidence because it was close throughout that entire match, essentially. But yeah, that's going to be one thing. If they have the confidence, then I think they'll be all right. Otherwise, then I don't know, they won't do so well. So we'll see. We just started. Let's see what tracks are going on.
It could be seen as maybe a bit of like a double-edged sword, winning match 1. Maybe if you're Japan, you get a little complacent.
Yeah.
Just because you do have that buffer, but regardless, I feel like both of these teams have their game faces on. I feel like they both know what's on the line.
Yeah, so I honestly believe that Japan's in a better position. I mean, obviously,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're up 1, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying that maybe they could get complacent. The thing is like it was so close that I'm honestly like not sure either team's mental will be affected that much.
Right.
Like I think both of them are going in, same mindset as last time.
Yeah.
So
I feel like like you said, it was so close. I feel like none of the teams have room to think
yeah.
they were like too much in favor or like not in favor. I feel like they think that they're pretty evenly matched, so they might just play as they were before.
Dry Ruins coming in.
Pretty popular pick, I feel like, for first.
Yeah, it's standard.
Pretty demanding. Oh, that was a little close, but yeah, it's a pretty good track for first, especially if you're able to keep it after Ultra.
Right.
Got top 2 right now for Norway. One of the more technical tracks, so someone like Fox and Barney, I feel like, are a bit favored in terms of what they can do to build the lead. And as you can see, they're already building that lead.
Yeah.
Top 2 with a decent break.
So let's see. I mean, Fox's POV. He's just driving.
One of the Norway bagger seems to be taking backwards Ultra after Japan maybe falling off of Bill.
Yep.
So
pretty
insurmountable lead, even if they do end up getting Bill up here. Probably gonna have a few boxes, maybe get shock here. And Norway just chilling, just running away with it at this point. I didn't see anyone take Ultra, I don't think, so.
I think right now, at this point, it's coming up on lap 3. They don't really have to worry about Ultra so much, especially looking at the pack.
And especially considering, shock is probably in their hands, right? So, yeah, I mean, if all things goes according to plan, this is looking pretty good for them. Yeah, no one even going for Ultra. I mean, you have to assume they're holding, like, maybe stars.
Now Twingy's going for the backwards Ultra. No one has it.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what Norway needs. Even if they had it, they wouldn't want to use it.
Right, they're just top 3, big chilling right now.
Exactly.
Nothing to worry about. So yeah, I mean.
Yeah, looks like Asmac really wants shock to come.
Really, not much to say.
Yeah. So
star coming in, 2 stars with that, 3. I mean,
man,
3 dodges. There's just if they had shock, it'd be huge, but
it will help them get back up into these top spots. It does look like they got top 2 for Norway.
Yeah.
So, great race for them.
Great start to the war. Definitely what they needed. Break the.
Yeah, you always like to see that at the start of a war.
Yeah. Maybe break the break the mood of the call if it might have been a bit down after that loss. Get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's see. Oh, top 2, 4, 5.
Wow.
Oh.
I didn't see Kyan sneak up, but
I saw there was someone coming on from the left
yeah.
or from the right, and I guess they just snuck by Azmek there.
Yeah, I would have just assumed it was Japan.
Another Japan member,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
But either way, wow, top 2, 4, 5.
Definitely a really strong start. I mean,
Yeah,
that's sort of how the theme of this series. That kind of sort of what happened in the first one, right? It was like they kind of went
go
back and forth.
I mean,
yeah.
even if we're looking at the last one, they got top 2, 4, 5 last war. Now
Yeah.
they just got top 2, 4, 5 now.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's like yeah,
pretty much the theme of the series.
yeah.
It looks
top
like
2, 4, 5. Looks like they're just mirroring each other.
yeah.
And both teams are pretty even. That's what we like to see. No big leads.
So yeah, I mean, Japan is definitely doing a lot better than I thought they would. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
They were seated above Norway to begin with.
Right.
But
They got first seed even, right?
yeah. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy to see it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a big fan of. I've always been a big fan of Japan, just because when they first got into World Cup, it was kind of like the first time they were.
Yeah.
And I expected like big things from them. Unfortunately, it wasn't what I expected. But you know, they're looking good.
I guess you could say like I'm kind of surprised, but it's about what I expected, honestly.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think yeah. If anything, I'm slightly surprised.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Top 3 on a TF after ramp. I mean, this pack is kind of ridiculous already.
Yeah,
gonna be honest.
It's actually looking like a third lap pack, and it's
Yeah.
lap 1.
And I mean, if you're Japan, you kind of just have to be a little worried at this point.
Yeah.
They have everything behind top 3, but I mean, it's like they're in prime position to get items to come back with. You know, they can maybe get like a blue POW. You know, who knows? And they already Red Fox out of 3rd.
Wow. Okay.
Already in a much better seat. Is that second spinning out? It is.
Wow.
Suddenly
Okay.
2, 3, 4 for Japan.
Okay, Japan just manages
Okay.
to come back.
Yeah, they just dissected that top 3 pretty nicely, and I mean,
I'm actually very surprised that Red hit Fox on the straight, and I guess I'm pretty surprised too that a Kane managed to get hit.
yeah. Was that a sub? I saw a different name, Monaro. I'm not sure who subbed out, and I mean, a fib. What is happening?
I don't know.
I'm really confused at the spots right now.
This
You know,
guy
people are like
has
falling
2
off, hitting
shrooms.
fibs.
He has 2 shrooms. He's very pleased.
Yeah, what I think happened was that one of the Norwegian members had dropped a fib before Shroomless and then failed
Yeah.
Shroomless.
Yeah, that
So,
makes sense.
kind of just swapped around, stalled the spots a bit. Regardless, though, Fox in first with a Shroom, sitting pretty in case of a blue.
Ooh.
Shot
Ooh.
coming out, most like... Is that type off?
Yeah, 2
No, not
dodges
quite.
for Norway here. Barney coming up. He chaining a star in 6.
Still bottom 3, though.
Yeah, I mean, Barney needs a hell of a chain here.
Yeah, this is looking
So he has shrooms.
for sure. Japan in first, too.
Not sure how that happened.
But this is still looking like a Norway race. I mean,
It looked alright.
it looked like I saw a few Norway behind.
Yeah, I think they had 2-3 behind.
Yeah. I saw maybe even a 5th, but regardless,
Yeah,
I'm kind of confused about that shock.
I'm confused about that whole race.
Yeah, that raises
that
a lot
was
of questionable things going
What we
on.
like to call a clown fiesta. in
Yeah,
industry.
for sure. There was
Yeah.
just way too much swapping of spots
Yeah, like,
than what you'd
So
expect.
first lap, Norway was like breakaway top by like 5 seconds. 2 of them got redded.
Yeah, 145 for Japan.
Yeah, so
I mean, like, you know, Norway was top 3 going into lap 2 with like, not I wouldn't say a break, but just like enough wiggle room that you'd think they'd be able to hold that.
yeah.
They sort of just got redded out of 2-3 on TF of all tracks. It's like just
the
weird.
like red curved around the like thing.
little-
that usually-
yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that?
yeah.
It was like, nah, I'm not breaking
Nah,
today.
not
sorry.
today.
But if that broke, they would have just kept that lead. I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
for
Like
sure.
he would have been able to get the cube.
And even he
would-
would have blocked 1 red at most, or I mean at least, right? And
Yeah.
he at least serves like a shield for second.
they would have been perfectly fine. there.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that if Japan hadn't hit that fib on Shroomless, they kind of just run away with top 2.
Yeah, that's another time where the race could have been completely in a different team's favor.
For
but
sure.
in the end, it was pretty even overall.
Yep.
1-4-5, I believe, for Japan.
Yeah, favoring a bit Japan.
I'm actually not even sure if they won. I think that they might have gotten 8th too. So
Yeah, they got 8th.
I think it was a Norway race win.
Not sure, maybe, but regardless, I think that's much better than what they expected, considering how the race was looking going into lap 2.
Actually, no, they won it.
Yeah.
They won it for sure. I did some quick mental math, and ladies and gentlemen, they actually won the race.
They did indeed win that race.
Yeah.
All right, so BC3, once again, one of my more favorite tracks, and a viewer's perspective too. Even as a racer, I think it's just a fun track. A lot of things can happen. So let's see what happens here around the cut. Got some people stopping on Ultra. Cut seems to be open. Barney failing it?
Barney failed.
So Aspen's going to have a comfortable golden into first.
A guy on Ultra failed, I believe.
Yes. Just a lot of respawns.
We'll have this for a while. And
Japan
second.
Slightly behind them, yeah. I mean, like we saw in the last time we watched the BC3 race, this is not even close to a defined race. Anything can happen on BC3.
Yeah, BC3 is
pretty prone to.
It's volatile.
Yeah, for sure. Fox in here in 5th with triple shrooms. Most likely got Cup Block going to be coming out for 1st and 2nd.
They definitely should do that. Norway honestly just unblocks here probably for the guy.
No one's spinning on cut.
So it's still blocked. Wow.
Yeah, it's just going to be
unbelievable.
It's only single block. I'm surprised he didn't. Is there any of his teammates behind him? Doesn't look like it.
His teammates are ahead for sure. I would have personally called someone unblocked for myself.
Yeah, for sure. They're kind of at a point where they kind of have to get those middle spots a bit closer to 1st.
Yes.
So maybe 3rd blocking it, or even 4th probably is better.
Even that, it makes Fox just kind of break away even further.
Yeah, make the race a bit more competitive. But Japan looking a bit comfortable. Maybe we'll see some ultra takers coming out in 3-4.
So if I was Fox personally, I would probably be chaining for blue here.
Yeah.
But he's holding the shroom. He's banking on cut being open.
We have 3rd going for ultra. That's a Kane. See if he makes it. He does. And cut is open
now.
Ooh, that was close.
Kyan with the unblock.
2-4 for Norway, I believe. Yep. I mean.
No, that's swinging.
That's
swinging. He's just clearing the ground.
Yeah, I mean, wait. Oh, I thought maybe a shock.
That green was pretty close.
I thought maybe the shock makes the green connect.
So, Japan shocked. Then I think they gained 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah, 1-3-5 for Japan.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But definitely still, a good race to have when you're down 18. Yeah, I mean I'm a bit surprised that they didn't try a cut play earlier. I feel like being content with 3-4-5 lap 2 of BC3 is
I definitely would have liked to see that cut open.
Yeah,
no matter who opened it. Just so you could have a better chance at contesting. I do believe that they went for ultra in one of the spots, but Kyan just went around the cut.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he tried unblocking it or maybe there was more. I don't think I saw him spin, but in any case, he didn't unblock and kind of prevented Fox from gaining a lot of space there.
Yeah, I think lap 2, there definitely was no excuse. I feel like you unblock that 100% of the time.
Right.
Try to get Fox up there.
Mm-hmm.
And in any case, maybe get a blue or something at that point. If you're not going to take cut, at least chain your...
Like I said,
right?
I would have wanted to chain for it, but then they decided that they wanted to unblock cut that lap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever works. It did hold down the fort, I guess.
Yeah.
Keeping 4th, because I do believe if cut was going to be unblocked, someone behind would have done it.
For sure.
And even then, maybe they do star cut or something. So...
Yeah. But yeah, not too bad. I mean,
yeah,
it didn't chip away at their lead too much.
Somewhat close still.
Yeah, still close. I mean, regardless, it's anyone's game. Going on to race 4 right now, we're gonna get BC 64. Pretty good track for.
Yeah, pretty good.
Just for anyone, I feel like it's kind of dependent on who drafts who, right?
Yeah, I think it slightly favors Norway.
Yeah.
But that's if they can get a draft. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so
Fox immediately getting bumped out of the way.
someone did draft.
Fox is open for 8th place. That could be huge. And that's... I mean, ideally, you'd want maybe like a golden there.
Yeah, golden's always
It's a
very
golden
useful.
up, but... I mean, stars isn't the worst thing.
So I don't think I've seen a TC pass this entire event.
Yeah, it
before.
looks like if you get a TC, it's yours.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But yeah, Japan looking like they're probably most of the top spots right now. Do you chain us? Yeah.
I definitely chain it.
And another TC.
He doesn't get the chain. Kane is just dead here. He can't even stop.
Yeah, he's just surrounded by his teammates, unable to pass it to top 2. So it's just looking like he's gonna be tanking that TC once again. Another TC that's just
Fox.
Yeah.
He needs to use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Good play by Fox. Not waiting for any.
Wow.
Yeah, that immediately just swings
Yeah,
Japan's top 2 into a
That
3-4.
that is exactly what he needs.
So let's see. Oh, kind of trying to maybe back Asmac there. Asmac reacting swiftly though, blocking it from Fox's views. Gets Fox out of there. And Kion failing a bit. He's out of first suddenly.
He has another POW. Wow, this item is probably the best on this track. Like in terms of items.
Yeah, he's just in a. Pows have just been coming out in a really good.
I think he used that one a
Okay.
little too early. I'm gonna be honest. I think he tried getting Kion into the set like barely.
Yeah, I think
He
just
needed to target POW
instead.
Japan, and he got him like right on the turn.
Yeah, Japan is
He-
unfortunately breaking away with top 3.
He could have even managed to just hold it for this turn. Like
Yeah.
honestly, that's probably like the most ideal case. But he pulls Mega. I'm not sure if someone has it.
Reed sees those nanas, gets off the banister pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, if Norway doesn't have shock, this is a pretty scary. Yeah, no, there's no way Norway has shock. They definitely would have had to use
another
it.
POW. This is 3 for Fox.
I mean, even with a target POW, I don't really think he's going to be able to do much.
Okay, so he doesn't even target POW that hard. Like, okay, so it kind of gets. Oh, they
Just
got a
let him
guy
off?
off.
Yeah, Japan's.
I
they're
don't
only
know
top
how
2
he
now.
did that, but he fell off.
I
so-
mean, whatever works for Norway,
yeah,
I
no,
guess, right? Like,
that is very good.
Fox suddenly in contention for even second. I mean, he's right behind Type. Let's see what he gets this last set. Playing it safe.
Let's see, can they get another POW?
Another POW. Let's see. Maybe fifth snipe?
Kind of
Not-
close,
yeah,
not
a little
really.
close. I feel like if it goes around that wall, you got some chance, but nah.
So, top
Japan.
2, 4 for Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that was just a lot of fortunate POWs.
Yeah,
At the very
they
least,
got
if there,
3.
yeah, if there's any track you want to get a POW aside from maybe like Sherbetland, it's
Mhm.
definitely RBC. And unfortunately, he didn't. I mean, he got one of Japan members off. Whether it was intentional, I don't know. I don't think so.
One
but-
is already pretty lucky.
Yeah,
That
but
first
3
one, like that first one was very necessary.
Yes.
The second one, like that's still pretty lucky, and then the third one, okay, come on,
Yeah,
that's
come on.
ridiculous. Like,
he got the first, like at that, he got the first POW perfectly to be able to use it and get a box, and it was like right when he needed
you
it.
know, it wasn't even like he meant. At least I think that he meant that guy to fall off.
Oh,
like
no
I
way.
just don't believe
I don't
that
think so.
he was going for that. I think he was just using it because he's like, okay, well, this isn't going to be that useful even if I do target Hogga.
Right, exactly.
He just managed to get a benefit from it.
Yeah, just like.
And that was like better than powing last turn.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
it was very good.
I mean, regardless, Japan was able to come back with the shock. You know, top 2,
Yeah.
4.
Puts him in the lead, I think.
But yeah, I mean, super close war still. You know, still anyone's game.
Right.
Japan responding pretty well. So these POWs, you know, they're keeping in it. They're staying within arm's reach of this win.
For sure.
Looking to close it out. I mean, that'd be big.
Yeah.
Norway, unfortunately, has a slight history of quarterfinal losses.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this they did lose last year in quarterfinals. Or was it quarters or semis? I'm not sure.
I think it was semis, wasn't it?
Or no, Netherlands got into semis, right?
Oh yeah, you're actually
yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah,
so it had
so-
to be quarters.
Yeah. So I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I don't know. They seem to be I don't want to say they're having a bit of a trend of repeating history with KC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were winning going into last race and then losing to a pretty big one. So hopefully, for their sake, they don't repeat last year's history of losing in quarters.
Well, it's close.
Yeah, no, it's still super close. Just you still got to be a bit scared.
Yeah.
All right.
You have DK Mountain coming in.
So, let's see. Azmac keeping first here. Doesn't look like Fox is ahead of him.
Yeah,
So
no shrimming here. Let's see. Ooh,
And a huge snipe from
Nice
Azmac.
snipe coming in from Azmac.
Manages to keep at least second. The shroom to boot.
Oh.
That's teammate?
Yep.
Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate.
It's all good. Let's see.
Almost Norway.
Wait, did
Hey, now Eirik wants Norway.
unfortunately,
I think he just wants the best of 3 series.
unfortunately, I think Fox took cut a bit too fast there. Might have bumped his teammate. I kind of had a bit of a hunch that would happen. Looked like he was really close to him. Maybe just spaced out a bit, but regardless, just chilling in second here. Azmac with a bit of a lead in first.
Yeah, he's well off here.
Was there a pal? I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I don't think there was.
Yeah, I don't think so. He should still have that shroom then.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see if he backs.
Oh,
no, he does
yeah,
not have the
yeah,
shrimp.
does not have that shroom. Getting blued, but does manage to get a hit off on Fox before that. And let's
Yeah,
see.
weird bananas on the cut. No one's dying from those. He
Barney
gets
taking over
3
first.
shrooms.
Great item for Fox here, especially on the bridge.
Oh,
Both of
two-
Japan are
two
off.
Wow.
Okay. That's gonna give Norway a comfortable top 2, maybe even top 3. If I see that correctly. Close.
Someone have it.
No shot coming in.
None.
Not yet, at least. A bill in play. This could be huge.
So my guess is he predicted.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
dropped them in a pretty unfavorable spot, unfortunately. But triple greens for
He's
Fox.
very close to Barney. He needs to.
Yeah,
be
I would
careful.
back these if I were him soon. Okay, throws him out. That's fine.
All right.
Gets that box. He's pretty safe now. I mean,
This is a safe top
yeah,
2
this
for Norway
is
coming in.
this is pretty free.
Japan all looks like they're behind him. They got 3, 4,
Forward, even 5, I think. Maybe even 6. Did Norway just bottom 2 that?
Yeah, I think they got 5. I couldn't tell about 6.
Someone's spinning on the line.
We'll see.
Let's see.
Vamos.
Let's see. Shot count.
Is it like close?
Not too sure. Shot count.
It's close. I'm pretty.
I think
sure.
I'd say it's close. Yeah. Haven't been keeping up too much
It
with that.
doesn't look like there's been a clear victor.
But yeah, regardless, 3-4 for Japan. Definitely not the rest. I thought I saw 3-4-5, but regardless. Yeah, I mean, sort of just makes it just as close as it was before. If anyone were to win that race to keep it closer, it was Norway, and it seems like they do. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So, what are you thinking here, Hawk? 3-4. We got Yoshi Falls coming in for Norway. Peach Gardens coming in from Japan. Sort of. I haven't seen Peach Gardens, I don't think, in a while.
Yoshi Falls is kind of a pick we don't see too often. We do get Gardens in.
Yeah, Gardens is definitely a more common track. I just feel like I haven't seen it in these.
Yeah,
At least the last series, right?
Yeah, the last series, no team picked it. I do know that Crash just doesn't like it.
Okay.
We saw like every luck track but Gardens.
For sure.
So, yeah, I mean, there is preference. I will say that Gardens is like everyone's favorite, but me personally, I'm not a huge fan on it.
Right.
It's just
Pretty cut
it's
line,
very
right?
like, yeah, it's cut dependent, And I don't know. There isn't like a way to play it correctly a lot of the times.
Fox unfortunately back in camp, but don't think it'll matter too much on this track, like we said. Top 2 for Japan right now. Both those members getting shroomed at the start. So maybe you gotta think whether one of them has another one. You know, I saw one green get backed, but you know, maybe Azmac, can't tell if he's trailing something there. Yeah, I saw green. Yeah, green coming out from him. So it doesn't look like they have shrooms.
Yeah.
Bomb slightly wide and a fib on Barney. Great fib from Azmac.
Yep.
Got him right when he landed.
So Fox just wants to do cut here to get up. He's not going to be in first.
Yeah, for sure.
And let's see what happens.
Type
There's
power
a
sub.
banana.
You can do some damage on Fox here. So yeah, like I was saying at the start of the series, this is probably more closer to the lineup. This is closer to the lineup that I thought they were gonna pull out, right? You know, Azmac,
Yeah.
Jan, and Type in the same lineup. Not sure. Monaro, I'm not too familiar with him, but regardless. Fib with Fox, maybe throws over the wall. Big snipe. Yep, there it is. Let's see.
That was kind of close.
Oh yeah, landed a bit too far to the right, but
I think it was a little further even. It would have been fine.
yeah, for sure.
Red from the side maybe.
Not quite. Japan dominating the top right now. Kanan Omega, no shot coming in, so probably either no
pretty rough. Yeah.
either no shot can play or actually I think Japan just has it. Looks like he was trying to dodge the other bagger in the back there. Yeah, I think Japan just has it.
Azmac shrooms. Yeah, this is not good.
It's got to get something huge here. Single red, don't think that'll be enough.
Norway's in a mega.
Yeah.
They're not. Let's see.
Does he red him?
Nope.
Nope. Yeah,
This
that's a
is
top three.
Top three.
Top
Wow.
3 for Japan. Oh.
Maybe more.
Oh.
No, not more.
Well,
More.
more.
He could have waited. That guy got a little.
Yeah.
The guy got excited. He said activate shock a little too early.
Unfortunate that he hit that fib, loses a spot, and let's probably. I mean, that's like a pretty. I mean, it's still a good race, but it's definitely not a spot you want to lose if it's in the top 5, just because the swing is just much bigger.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of on both of them, right? That guy should have known that there was a stuff there, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have hit it if he was just racing normally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in any case, top 2, 4, 5 is better than just a solid top 3. And yeah, Japan. Wow. So that'll put them back in the lead again for sure.
Yep. All right. Well, Japan taking the lead with that race. Top 2, 4, 5 is some pretty dominating spots. I mean, that gives you. I feel like this is a Moonview pick, right?
That opens the keys.
Or maybe like a TF.
Yeah, I would go TF, but they already played that.
Yeah. So definitely like just something where you can draft.
Do they still have Yasuo?
They don't.
I was about to say, just pick Bowser Castle any day of the week, but...
Yeah, unfortunately, Yasuo did sub out.
I personally am not a fan of Moonview on top 2, 4, 5, but I don't know what else there is to pick off the top of my head.
Right, exactly.
So it looks like they are going the Moonview.
At the very least, it gives you some pretty easy drafts.
Yeah.
Third really can't do too much.
They've played a ton of heavy top tracks.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what it picks.
Grumble.
Fortunately for Norway, it does go with GV. Yeah, I mean, don't really think. Honestly, I'm not too sure if these opening boxes are gonna make too much of a difference. It sort of just depends on whether or not Japan is able to schlag a bit. I guess like they take all these boxes here, and then it's sort of just what they can do with that.
Breaks.
Immediately breaks there.
So yeah, Norway, yeah, they're definitely hoping for shrooms. They want to have at least ideally one guy on top. If they get more, that's even better. We'll see. Japan opting to go around the cut, probably don't have shrooms.
It doesn't look like Norway.
So I think Knuckle just did, and I'm pretty sure he made it.
Right, yeah.
And one
Jan
of Japan
failing
just
Brock.
didn't make it. Yeah, I believe Knuckle's in first. I think he golden.
Yeah, bottom
So-
3 for Norway right now.
Yeah, no shrooms for him, which that's not great.
I wouldn't be too too worried just yet. I mean, first is a bit.
So yeah, he has a lead.
Okay,
He
well,
could work on that.
yeah.
It's just that cut is very powerful here. So
Right,
if
right.
someone up there has shrooms, then he won't be there for long.
Let's see. Got some people going top path. And yeah, 2-3 going for Rock.
Yeah.
And both making, yeah, so it looks like Japan is competing with a Kane up there.
Oh.
And Fox failing Rock, unfortunately.
He gets respawn.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about...
Barney too. They
That's
can't.
rough.
They can't afford this.
They really can't, no. I'm not sure if, like, that's... You know, that's the thing with Wheelie Rock. I feel like you don't have too much of a window once you're on that rock to, like, make it. I feel like the window's a bit tight.
So neither. Well, Twingy doesn't. I'm not sure about Roach there.
And Asmak with the Shroom first. He's just good chilling right now.
The race.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there's really not much you can do there.
Seabass and Roast. I forgot. That's right.
Top 2 at the very least for Japan here. Maybe a shock? Not quite, nah.
And yep.
Top 2-5 for Japan. I mean, Barney gets TS'd. Or did that matter? I'm not sure. Was there any Japan back there? I don't.
There had to be one guy, right? Because top 2-5.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that swung anything. Barney did get TS'd at the end. I mean,
Sure. There's
maybe
no way they called that, right?
maybe a massive big brain call from Japan.
Yeah, that would be very smart. That would be very smart. He put in all the lag into that tiny gap as well. Like that would be truly remarkable. But
Let's see what we're looking at, and it did. It did matter.
It mattered kind
It
of.
mattered a lot.
He was ahead of Kion too, though.
He lost. Yeah, he
Wow.
lost to 2 Japan members. That's actually really unfortunate. That's a pretty big swing. I'm not gonna lie. Top 2-5-6 for Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of scary. They're getting some momentum. They're building on their lead. You know, up. What's that? 30.
No,
So it's like.
they're very sad.
Yeah, Norway. Yeah, Norway.
Yeah, they're shaking.
They're pretty sad.
shaking and
Yeah.
they're sad.
I'd say sad is a good word to
Yeah.
describe them right now.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, you know, still a little less than half the war left, or half. Is this race going on to race 7? I believe.
I believe so.
Okay, 7 or 8, regardless. You know, they still have some time to come back. Not sure what they're pulling out here. Probably just need a luck check at this point, right? Yeah, Delfino Square.
Yeah.
Another Moonview coming out from Japan.
So Japan up like a very good race. We'll see. Norway believes that Delfino squares this. I mean, I like this more than Gardens, but it's in the same domain, right? Where it's very I guess random number generator.
Okay, yeah, that's one way to describe it for sure. Yeah,
in that the first 2 sets are very impactful.
for sure, right.
That and Shock too, and the thing with Shock, it's even worse here than Gardens is you can't really barrel through the boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Gardens you don't want to, but here you literally can't. Like you will just lose like every time.
Yeah, there's no opportunity to lose it like effectively like there is on Gardens. And once again, a TC from the original owner has just stayed with them. Barney getting TC, gets out of the top, and is that Jan up there? Yeah, Jan. Chilling him first for just a bit.
So Type comes out of cut and Asmac 2.
Let's see if Asmac's able to pass this TC. I mean, let's just.
I don't believe he can, but maybe he gets a cookie. Yep, is he writing him?
And it's just. He actually passes it. Is that the first TC pass of the war?
That's the first one we've seen. Wow, incredible.
All right, still Japan with a top 2. I mean. And a fib to. This is just a really good
So that puts him in top 2 break. Fox. Okay, I was gonna say he needs a shroom.
And they needed a blue. And I mean, they got the blue and the shroom.
Yeah.
Pretty good combo. Yeah, doesn't dodge. I thought he might have because he was going right. Looks like he was just trying to get away from Jan.
I would have assumed at least one would have shroom.
Right.
They came out a double. But
Yeah.
I guess not. So Fox is going to be in first here. No, he's not. He's gonna get banana.
I was going to say the race was looking really good for Japan, but I mean, both backers are still really close to each other.
Okay, so they don't have shrooms in 2-3 currently.
And another TC. There's so many TCs this war feels like.
Yeah.
Right, a series. Just left and right. Almost gets that snipe off. Looked like a really good Nana.
It did.
Might have just been a little bit behind.
Banana.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this race looks like it's going to be determined by the setup here. I think one of
It
the baggers.
could, yeah, if either of these two get it, or I mean, even the guys behind, they could make a difference.
Right.
Oh.
Taking Rampus there, playing a bit safe, I guess. I mean, anyone passing a cut? One Mega going. 2, 3, 4 for
Wow,
Norway.
Bill. I wonder if they were
Mega
holding
and Bill.
that. They shouldn't have been holding that if they were.
1-4 for Japan. It looks like 1-4-6.
Yeah.
That was kind of a weird Delfino race. I mean,
It
you
was.
usually don't see it shockless. I feel like baggers being that close to each other is like rare, just because like getting Bill and losing it kind of just eliminates your chances of being able to compete as a bagger at that point, right?
I think so, yeah. So, I mean, for one thing, Bill is like good, but as a racer, like having it here is so bad. Like you lose a lot of opportunity. Like,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean, depending on when he got that Bill, he had to have gotten pretty early, right?
even if you got a first set, like, I mean, first set lap 3, like holding it for that long, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but even then, ideally you want to be left before the last set just so you have a chance to get another item.
Yeah, and not only that, but using Bill where he did, getting dropped off on that big ramp is just really, you just lose a lot of